Hello, good morning. This is Equa Television. This is today's live on Equa Television International, and we're so glad you could join us for the show today. Today is Wednesday, and we talk about relationship every Wednesday. So today we're looking at the topic befriending your ex. Befriending your ex. Yes, this is an issue that I feel they don't talk about it a lot. I feel we don't talk about it a lot. So today we're talking about it. Yes, befriending your ex. And I have with me on the set engineer Tony J. Nakali. Good morning.
I thought you give me the honor to introduce him. On a Wednesday like this, I should be the one introducing engineer Tony.
You will bring in topics that are breaking homes. We are supposed to be mending problems. You are bringing topics that are breaking relationships and homes. You should be careful.
I wanted to introduce engineer Tony. I thought you passed it over.
Please, we bring in topics like how to, but don't bring problems that are sleeping. Wake them up.
We need to address the problem.
And bring us to talk about
profile
it.
solutions. We must talk about the problem, then you profile solution. Otherwise, when you talk about the solution, you're like sweeping it under the carpet. That's negative peace. And that means someday it will come up.
When you are talking about solution, that means people have agreed that there's a problem.
What's
already.
the problem? What led to the problem?
Joyce Jakada,
As
good
the show
morning.
started,
Solomon Salvo, good morning.
Good morning,
Please introduce
Geneva.
Yes, and on the set today,
what is our topic for today?
you.
Please,
Befriending your ex.
please
I want
continue
to
the show.
I want to reintroduce engineer Tony
Me, I
J.
don't like all
Nakale.
these.
The
all these
relationship
fake-
therapy.
all
With a
these fake
sitting
fake-
ovation.
The counselor, the boss himself. When it comes to relationship matters, see, if you are not a man, you cannot advise yourself as a woman. Listen to the man. You always say it. So you're welcome on the show.
Be there and be thinking that as a woman you can know men.
You see?
Yes.
I got that like.
You could have a Vox watch you wouldn't pigeon, Gara.
That's why you're here now. And ladies and gentlemen,
Japanese.
engineer
Seku
Tony J.
Kewuri,
Nakale.
German expert.
Oh my God. yes. So today we're looking at befriending your ex. These are things
Why
that
are you
people
looking
do.
at me?
Okay, because you're sitting.
Look at all of us now.
Today we are looking at befriending your ex. These are things that people do, like it's a norm. Nobody sees anything wrong with it, but then there are underlying issues wrong with it, and of course things that are not wrong with it. So what would you say before we really dive into the topic itself? Like he always says every Wednesday, once you just say one thing is remaining 15 minutes to time. So what would you say about befriending your ex? What's your take on that? Let's begin on that note.
I mean, is there anything wrong with that?
Yes, what's your take? Do you think is it something that is
Nothing wrong with it.
okay?
I just asked a question. Is there anything even wrong with
So
befriending
nothing
your
is
ex?
wrong with that.
Nothing is wrong.
I
With
asked
No,
a
he
question.
answered his.
me, I answer you.
Yes.
Share his question you asked.
There's nothing wrong with
There's
this.
nothing.
Okay. So while you're at work and
She said, say your own.
as you're in work,
Exactly.
like
no,
He
no,
said
no,
he's
no.
also
Say your
yours.
own. Say your own. She's anchoring.
and then
She's the one
madam's
anchoring.
ex will say, yeah, how far now? It's been a while. How you doing? Can we go out for lunch? And
I can't remember how many times. I think I can count. Since we got married, that I touched her phone. I can count.
no, I'm not saying whether you touch
No,
or
you
not.
said-
But
you are talking
this-
about phone.
There's
now.
nothing
You are
wrong
talking
with.
about phone. I just answer you.
So when there's
Why
a
you-
call, there are lunch dates. There are.
I just summarized the long gist. I said I can count. With my teeth, I can count how many times. 10
you
years
touch,
ago.
right?
Yes.
Okay, but the problem is now, like finding out that there are lunch dates, there are calls, there are chats, and all of
Can
that.
you ask her, please? Let her say her own answer.
You said there's nothing wrong.
You see why I said you are bringing topics that are already 5 minutes into the show. There is blood and sweat and tears.
Already?
Okay, there's no blood yet.
Uncle
But
said
I
there's
swear-
nothing wrong with that. Answer this one now. Where you find that?
Yeah, I think he answered for himself that there's nothing wrong with that, and then it was your turn to also answer if something was wrong with that or not
She's just...
on your own.
Today I will take the seat of Sambo Slomo. It depends.
So it's yes or no? Yes and no.
I want to answer after engineer Tony answer his own.
Okay, engineer Tony, let's hear yours. Befriending your ex. What's your take on that?
What's my take on what?
Befriending your ex.
I'm not befriending my
No. I mean,
when people befriend their
okay,
ex,
people
is it
do
is
that.
it something? Is it normal or is just a
The thing is, it's not about me. It's about you and your partner. I might be cool with it. Another person will say it's a no for me. But you see, once something is X, what does it mean?
past?
So why going back to your past? That's my personal take. Like Solo said, there's nothing wrong with that. But me, there's everything wrong with that. When you call me to say, hey, hi, how are you? How are your kids? Hi, everything. Glory to God. They are fine. Long time. Are we supposed to see? It's a question. Are we supposed to see? You understand? But me, as jovial as I am, I can be like, the same way I am with you, that nothing had ever come between us. I'll be with Joyce, that was my ex, the same way. If she starts looking for something extra, I think that is where the boundaries should be set for me. But you see, just saying hi to your ex, or this your question is a pregnant question, so somebody has to be careful answering it as pregnant as it is. So if someone calls you to say, how far now, long time, we are having this birthday party for my friend, are you supposed to? Let me talk to my husband first. You understand? You are still attaching importance. Linda just called me. Oh. She looks like somebody now. So Linda will not do that. Linda is a good girl. So Linda just called me that there's this her friend that is doing. You remember that I've showed you her that she's doing birthday party. Oh. Can I go? As a man, you can ask your wife, is it okay with you if I go? Your wife can be like, oh, where is he holding? Her house? No. At a hotel? No. At a garden like Millennium Park where it's all open except trees. Okay, yes, I accept that one. You see, it's preference. It's personal preference. You understand? But there are people who will go there and emotions are sparked up. You start thinking of moments you shared that you still cherish. Some of these things.
There's a question I have related to that. Like, is it possible to have a healthy relationship with your ex? Healthy friendship, sorry.
There's no reason why you should be together.
Because you hear people saying...
When you say relationship or
no,
friendship...
No, not relationship. Friendship. Is it
you
possible
have gone back.
To have
No.
a healthy
You have
friendship
gone back.
with your ex?
You have gone back.
Because you hear people saying there's nothing between
Matilda,
us and...
you have gone back.
No, I don't think
What's
so.
your name again?
I don't think
Sarafina, you have gone back.
No.
See, let me tell you
I
something.
think we should have an...
Once you have a relationship that ended and you are married to a different person,
Should you be enemies?
who is talking about enmity?
So why would you not be friends?
Forsake the person. The Bible says forsaking, of course, it's scriptural.
It says forsake the
Forsaking
person.
all order.
Man.
Forsaking all order.
I mean, it's not
Forsaking all order.
exactly. You're not going into relationship. It's
Forsake
you
the
being-
person. Period.
Okay, for married. Okay, me, I think it's contextual. That's why I said it depends. When you ask-
Joyce, you that I know. I am married to you and Jemima is calling me. And I'm like, ooh, long time. Jemima, you have changed. Oh. You will die.
I will not die. I will live and fulfill God's plans for my life.
And that God's plan is to kill me as a husband.
I
know
will not kill you.
See,
Me and you will live
like
and
I will
fulfill.
always say on this today's life, don't say what you will do when you have never been faced with that situation.
Okay.
Until you are faced with it before you know what to do.
Oh.
You,
Okay.
I am okay with it. You,
I will live and fulfill God's plans for my
come
life.
on, Hassan, that you are close to. When you see him talking to another person closely, you are angry. I beg, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about work.
You know, I didn't answer that question. Now this is it. Well, who is an ex? Somebody you once had a romantic or love relationship with.
Yeah.
And then you once had, but that relationship does not exist again. That kind of relationship no longer exists. The people involved know why they ended it. For some it might be because of some incompatibility, intellectual incompatibility, social, psychological, emotional, whatsoever.
Relationship was started wrongly, Kenan.
the foundation, even if they started rightly but they found out later on that.
Why would you find out later that you are a sickler? Are you not supposed to find out before you start a relationship?
Some people tell you they were deceived. Some people tell you this person manipulated me.
Is that deceit that will kill them?
Okay, so they will tell you that this relationship was born out of lies and all of that. So
some are genuine. Some are genuine.
I know
no, give them that. Some are genuine.
What?
Some are truly being manipulated. no, it's true. It's true.
Okay, accepted.
Because some are just
manipulated.
Some are just devil, reincarnate. You understand? They are just there to just look for a good lady out there and to just deceive them, because that concept of man would always propose, and because he's there. And she's feeling she's found the man.
Don't get it twisted. There are ladies that also manipulate guys. Because I had a young lady said that, I'm just being calm, cool-headed so that I can enter. Once I enter, I will show them my true color.
They will beat her.
So
tell her that they will beat her.
So she said her own is once she entered, that she will show them like her true color. So some people get into relationship. You go and meet this guy, or you meet this guy, and you are like, I love you, I want us to go into relationship, and let's see what the relationship like turn out to be, or I'm hoping to marry, whatever it is. And along the way, you see that this girl is disorganized. Oh, this girl lies. Oh, this girl's values, her principle does not even align with mine. While I want us to go for prayer meeting, she's saying we should go for clubbing. Me, I'm bored, or I'm a boring person. While I'm saying let's read some novels, she's saying no, I want us to go for this, like different kind. Let's have some drink, let's smoke, and you are like, this is strange to you. And so for some people, they get to that point like, hi, no, this relationship cannot work, and they're like, please, can we just put an end to this? And the girl just says, it's fine. Everybody just go your way, because it's like you're not even what I envisioned to be. So your ex is somebody who once had a relationship. You and the person know exactly why you decided to end the relationship.
Can we go back to the first thing you said? Please don't forget this next point that you're about to make. Why would you let the relationship get to that point before discovering who the person truly is?
You know, some people, I don't know how some people, what's their parameter for getting into relationship. That is the thing.
You just meet somebody and the first thing you are talking about is love.
In fact, even marriage. There are people that you are yet to even chat. They just send you hi on Facebook. Before you respond hello, they will tell you, I love you. I would like to marry you.
So why are you still in that relationship? I'm not saying that things cannot happen that way. But 1 out of 1,000 times.
Very, very rare.
Very, very rare. But see, even the person that sees you and just tells you he wants to marry you is a person a seer. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm seeing Jemima the first time, and I just know everything about her, including our compatibility. Abba.
No, for some of them, they don't have to come to you. They don't have to befriend you.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
They take time to study you, maybe from distance.
Do you understand? Do you understand? This relationship thing has stages. People don't want to. They want to cross the beginning. That's why you have problems at the end. You are just meeting somebody for the first time, and you are wooing the person to, like, you are just seeing the person as your Amfara Kayara school. From day one, you are just beginning to vision that. When the Bible says, he that finds a wife, not he that gets.
Fine.
A woman should be found. She should not be gotten. You should be found. There should be a period of search. Every man should understand that there is a period of search. In that period of search, we are friends. Hey, Joyce, how are you? What about some drinks? You take Joyce out. Now, this is a clear scenario. I take you out. What are the things you like in life the most? This your work is taking your time and all the. What do you think about leaving Equa TV and going to maybe a different channel to work? What do you think about that? You see, her response will let you know how engrossed she is with where she is. Is she willing or unwilling participant to quit that job for something else that you are advising? You see, at that point, you are just being friends. Your mom. I saw your mom yesterday. She looks like a quiet person, but you are the opposite. See, you are getting to know the person. At that time, everything is neutral. There's no holding of hands. There is no peck. There's no kiss. There's nothing intimate. You are still just... Another girl comes to your life. You don't pay attention. At that time, you are not in a relationship, but you are hoping to be. Who starts building without a foundation?
Fully.
So you see, these are the things that you go through in a relationship. You look like somebody that will love sex. Am I right? Wow, amazing. I have never had sex before. What? Yeah, what is your reason? Are you that religious? No, it's not religion. It's just what I believe. I believe until I'm married. What do you think about it? You see, at that point, you are even talking about sex, something that is intimate, but yet you are not yet intimate. But how do ladies think that somebody will just walk up to you, talk to you, over shawarma and one cold bottle of Coke? You are already lying down.
True.
They use you, and then they go and tell their friends, not even in church, at a bar, that this girl is available. And when she thought it was something serious. You see why we are building this thing towards dating, going back to your ex. Now, at such points, you start noticing, this girl, it's like anytime I'm having sex with you, you're just lying down. You are not as eventful as before. And she starts telling you, well, me, I was hoping that you were doing this because you love me and you want to marry me. Now, the thing is out of my mind. I'm not feeling anything about you and all that. And it's like, honestly, I'm not ready to marry now. You see, you have discovered something you would have prevented yourself discovering. This issue of girls and allowing every kind of man do stuff with them is something that is very important. Now, when you have 3 years of your life with 4 men, they all came and they left. And Hassan came and married you. And you told him about these 3 men and all that transpired. Do you think Hassan will be comfortable anytime one of these men says they want to see you and you are willing to go?
That was why I said it depends on the context. Because for me now, for example, like I define ex, somebody you once had romantic or emotional attachment with. Now, you know the relationship does not exist any longer. And then this person, befriending, just it has nothing to do with romance. Just somebody that watch out, cares for you. And like we all have friends, be it our family members or people outside of our family, we call friends. And why do we call them friends? Because they always show up for us. They're always there for us. They encourage you. They help you. They pull you through. Like the intention is good. The intention is to see you grow. Like I mean, those that have good friends. You know, some people keep terrible people in the name of friends. So imagine that this person came to me and he said, Joyce, I like you. I want us to go into a relationship. And I said, fine. Maybe after giving it some thought and then some time, and I accepted. We started a relationship, and eventually we're having disagreement almost over everything. Like, okay, what do you think about work? What do you think about finances in marriage? What do you think about you not working at all? What do you think? So a lot of disagreement is coming in. Maybe as a man, he feels that, no, I want a wife that should not work. And then me as a lady, I'm saying, no, I want to work. Now, we don't have an agreement as regard that, and we are talking about marriage. So there's that incompatibility. Since he wants a wife, and that is what he wants, that would not work, his reasons genuine and good. And me too, I'm also saying that, no, me, I cannot stay at home. I want to work, and these are my reasons. He too sees the reasons as good and genuine, and he respects that. We can decide to say, okay, since this is our standpoint, instead of us going into this marriage and then ending up having conflict or disagreement, or it's like we've noticed over time that we're always arguing over things, like we don't agree, maybe we should just quit this relationship. And we accepted, like both of us, like come to that agreement that we should just end the relationship. And we end the relationship. Is it bad for us to still communicate? Like, since we still, like, apart from the incompatibility in terms of agreeing over maybe you working or you not working, like we share times together, and those moments we share together, like we build each other, maybe encouraging yourself and all of that. What is wrong with you talking with the person once a while? I don't mean every time. What is wrong with the person being your friend? That's why I said it depends on the context. Like
Joyce,
there's no
why did it take that long to end the relationship?
No, it didn't take long. We started a relationship, and then maybe along the way, not long, we noticed that there are some incompatibility. And okay, we just decided, let's just call it a quit. Sure, we don't have to be to just cut conversation.
Joyce, all the relationships I entered and broke up, I knew they would not last marriage. I just stayed in. That's how every other man is. Unfortunately, you are the ones that don't have the sense to reason that this will not lead. But we as men, we know. We know every reason why we are with who we are with. If a man is with you, he knows why he's
Intentions.
with you. If a man is with you, he knows why he's with you. A man can be with 7 girls for 7 different reasons. This one is just for sex. This one, she has money. I don't even like her intimately like that. This one is the one that can give birth to my children and raise them. This one is for this. This one is for that. And unfortunately, the lady is supposed to be open to understand the reason why a man is with her. You have the powerful tools, but you just don't care applying these tools because you lose the man. If you only think that this man is not just a man, it's something worth losing, you will not be afraid of losing the person. Because if you know that this is a terrible person, or he will turn out to be terrible, because I am seeing signs that this man will turn out to be terrible, why are you still with the person? You will not be with the person.
I totally agree with your perspective, especially like this first story you shared about a young lady that having 4 different guys, slept with them, and like imagine the intimacy.
It was not a story, it was just a scenario.
Okay, a scenario you painted, and then look at how
before you ask me her name.
She dated 4 guys. She had like intimate she had sex with them, and before getting married, related all of that experience with her husband, and then saying that he's my friend. Of course, there's that tendency of them going back to what actually happened. But in a situation where you just, as a single lady and guy, we just went into a relationship, there was nothing intimate as such, like having sex, like we were just in the relationship, and eventually we found out that like this thing is not going to work, and then we could meet. Like I'm not doing any hide and seek. Do I have a relationship or I'm married now? My husband is aware that this person was once, like, I was in a relationship with him, but we had to end it because of incompatibility. Like, what should he fear?
There is no man on earth that is comfortable with his wife even getting closer to her own father than him. Today, if something happens and Ila manages to marry you, for instance.
Who manages to marry somebody?
Joyce,
No, it cannot be.
He said for instance.
Let's just,
if you even dream about it,
Not the Eli here.
if you even imagine
let's
it,
even think of
Eli
it.
in Gombe.
Let's even think of it that we begged him, and finally he agreed.
Yes.
And he said, "Ta, kune kunchefa," and then
I'm married Rauta.
and you are there married to Ila.
Ila is married to Rauta.
And you are married to Ila. And then suddenly you start loving your father more than you love Ila. Everything, oh daddy, I'm coming home. Everything. Do you think Ila will not call us that convinced him to marry you? He will call us to report you first. Then he will start addressing the issue.
Can we change the example?
You see, honestly, there is no reason why a man married to have anything to do with his ex. The same as the woman. I have a friend today, he's not married because of that. Every time the wife was always taking their sick children because that guy, her ex, is a doctor. So she was always taking the children. He was like, no, I can afford any other hospital. Take them somewhere. I'm not comfortable. She's like, no, when they go, they don't follow any queue. He just sees them, he gives them drugs, he takes care. Sometimes he even comes home, injects them and all that. He said, look, they are my children. I don't want that. You see, as important as that is, very, very important, helpful to the life of his family. He said no. She insisted until her and the ex were caught in his office. In the hospital, I wasn't really very close to him. We just met in church in Abuja. So he said, they told him this was what happened. So someone called him on phone. So he called her. He said, So after I told you, you even told me that you are going to a different hospital. So you went to Guarimpa. Okay, I'm beginning to say it. So you went to Guarimpa to go and check this guy at the hospital. She was just crying that, baby, forgive me if I had listened to you. He now said, where are you? She said she's at her sister's place. Where are the kids? They are here. So he drove to where the sister's house. He drove there, picked his kids, and he told her, you can decide to be here or your mother's or anywhere else, but not my house. That was how the marriage ended. Lawyer.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. He's doing well now. He has not married. This is about, I think, 16 years or so. Yes. He's not married. He's still with his children. I think all of them are in the university now. They are all grown. You see what I'm saying? You see the pattern. There is no reason why. What is the reason? What are you getting from your ex that you can't get it elsewhere? You know, we men, we are very sensitive. It's just you that, like, I will always say this. Women, you like talk about everything you see. Men will just be quiet and not say anything, even when we know. Even when we know. Why are you going? What are you doing with your ex? If they call you just to say hi and all, it's fine. But what are you meeting for? What are you meeting for? This is just my point. Honestly, it's my candid opinion. Is what I would do. I would kick against it. You understand? I will kick against it. If you want to meet, what are you meeting me for? Whatever it is, you can talk to me. If I'm good enough for you, why are you not my wife now?
That was what one lady said. If he was good enough, why didn't he marry you?
So since we are not married, it was not meant to be. So everything that was not meant to be should not be meant to be.
It just like me. I just
you can interpret it into correct English. So that's
I just
how
believe that it
be.
just depends on how like the relationship or the friendship is going. Like you rightly say, and I also agree to that. That if somebody is your ex, you don't have to be meeting in private places. You don't have to be meeting like you are ex. So why are you meeting? Do you understand? What there should be boundaries because that relationship does not exist again. Like having some romantic conversation and all of that shouldn't be there. A lot of people have abused friendship, and that is why people tell you that no, I don't like the context, these besties, this whole thing about besties, concept of besties, or even you communicating with your ex. But if the person respects you as an individual and respect the reason why people are no longer together, like he'll be able to respect the boundaries. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Fine, how's your family? And like I don't see anything wrong with that. But the fact that you have to meet, you have to engage in things that are not something you will not be proud of. Like nobody should do that. And I hope people understand it, that when I say there's nothing wrong with you being friends with your ex, it doesn't mean that you should create time and be hanging out in some secret places and be engaging in some kind of activity. If you ended the romantic relationship or the whatsoever form of relationship because of certain reason, then respect that boundary. Like if you have moved on and you're already in another relationship, respect your partner and what your partner desire. Like he said, for some other husband, for example, Engineer Tony mentioned, for him, Engineer Tony, the boss, the GM, like he said, like
Continue.
Like he said, for him, is a no. Another man might be, okay, it's fine. Your ex is a photographer.
There is no man
why not
born of a woman.
Joyce, you see
Joyce, can your ex come to your house and sit in the living room? Because there's nothing anymore. No answer now. Can you do that?
He can come.
Or can you allow?
Okay, your husband is at home.
Okay, I'm married.
Yeah, of course. If you are not married, what is ex? All this is former relationship. Don't call it ex. If you are not married, it's former relationship. It's not ex. We are really talking
Anything
about
can happen.
but we're talking about you married now with kids, right? And then you are home with your husband and your children. And suddenly your ex sends you a text. I'm coming to your house. I have not seen you in a while. I want to come and see you. That's what I'm asking you. Are you comfortable? Will you let that?
No.
Okay, what if it happens the other way around? You are just home. And your husband picks phone. Okay, so where are you now? Okay, we are home. See you now. And then suddenly you see an ex, not just an ex, a heavy ex.
Capital
And
X.
she,
Yeah,
yes,
the
capital
one that-
X, the one that they use for demolition, capital X, and then they bring the person enters, and she's comfortably seated. What would you do? And then she was just like, wow, it's been a while. I've missed you. I just said, let me come and see you and your family. How you are all doing, madam? Wow, well done. Oh, you are really taking care of Oga. Well done, children. I brought you this and that, and then you leave, and then she leaves.
I know. You said I'm married. You can see my context as a single person. That's my point, my perspective as a single. But as a married person, there are boundaries and it should be
Choice,
respected.
but didn't get me. The truth is
There are
that
boundaries and it should be respected.
the truth is there is no man
Of course.
in this life
Mm-hmm.
that women enjoy for their conversations alone. There's no man in the history of this life. There are men that are principled. They will never ever sleep with a woman that is not theirs. But don't push them. They might. Naturally, it's a principle. I will not do a thing like that. I will not do a thing like that. And then opportunity keeps coming, and you are not avoiding the opportunity. You know, when somebody wants something from you, that person will be crafty. They will be thrifty. They will be cunning. They will do whatsoever it takes. Even when it doesn't seem like that's what they are looking for. Until they get it. Then they say, all this shakara you are making, what has happened? Now you just be crying there and they will leave you. You see, any road that they tell you there is danger, 100 kilometers, look for the 400 kilometers road that is free but longer. Follow it patiently. It's free but it's longer. Follow it patiently. Haven't you been in a journey and then they say, there is accident, or water, rain came and flood, broke the bridge. Some people are following. You will go and follow.
Of course.
So what is it? There is danger here. You go and follow. You don't have to enter the danger to see if you will come out alive. Hey.
And sometimes the negative part of being involved with an ex is that it brings up false hope. You're not sure if that other person has moved on completely from whatever you have had in the past, whether it was chaotic or mutual agreement or whatever it is you give an excuse to. Probably that person has not moved on, and then by being friends, there's this lingering feeling, there's this false hope that is being built. Okay, probably he's being
lingering feeling. Hey, continue lingering.
Probably he'll be mistaking your actions or inactions for something else. He's trying to fill in the missing holes for you. Okay, probably he kept this cup well for me because he still likes me, and something might happen. So it is easier for you to just be able to cut off anything at all instead of keep
I want you to even look at it this way. They were in a relationship, they loved each other. And then they broke up. There is a wound.
But it gets healed.
That is the point that I'm arriving at. Now, there was a wound, right? Since you have gone further, you have gone ahead of me. There was a wound, right? And then Solo found you, and I found her. No, Solo found her, and I found you. And then we started. And suddenly, Solo is calling her. After the wound is healed, Solo is calling her. He begins to notice things that he has not noticed when they were together. That the wound blinded him from seeing. The wound stopped him from picking her calls. The wound stopped him from attending events that she was also attending. The wound did a lot of things to him. Now the wound is healed, gone, no scars. And then suddenly he's meeting her. So, you don't even look married, though. Your husband is doing well. See, you are looking see. Even things have added. You see, don't. I'm a married woman. Don't. You are saying it with a stupid smile on your face. And then he just sowed a seed. And suddenly you get into a quarrel with your husband. You know what? When people go back to their ex, they start discussing a lot of things. You start comparing your ex to your present. No. That one is better than you. the only thing you can tell, you can be better than Solo. The only thing you can be better than Solo is that meat you buy for me every evening. Solo does not care. He will just give you money. But you go and buy it and bring it. Suddenly, you are meeting 2 weeks later. He will buy the meat. And then you start remembering all the meat he brought and the things you did after eating the meat.
A lot of
You
times
see, these things unfold naturally. And before you know it, you know when women are in the mood, husband is not available because you are fighting. And Solo is texting you the right time. Be like, tomorrow before work, I will stop by, see you. And then he gets ready. And you'll be like, is it me that has done this? I don't want to do this again. You'll be like, no, don't worry. You will not do it again. Nobody will even know.
A lot of times
Before
you find
know
people
it, you start going back.
Mm-hmm.
And you start saying, the reason why I did it is because I wanted it that time, but you were fighting me. You see, anything that is dangerous, avoid it.
You find people justifying their reasons and saying, well, they have emotional maturity. That is why they can still keep being friends with an ex, especially if they broke up on a mutual ground, like there was no fight or nothing. They tell you they have emotional maturity. And those that cannot keep being friends with their ex, they're probably cowards, or they don't have that emotional maturity.
I am
So
a
what would you say
coward.
about
No,
that?
I am a coward. Before Solo talks, I am a coward. I'm a big one. But as coward as I am, when I do the same thing that you are doing with your ex, what would be the story?
True.
Do you understand? My ex is calling me and I'm going to the bedroom to answer while you are in the living room. And then you come, why must you answer? I'm just also showing you the same maturity that you said you are showing. Something must be wrong. You see,
True.
you start picking up a fight.
Of course.
Why won't you just avoid? I think you people don't want to agree to this avoiding thing so that we'll not have anything else to talk about.
No more sample. Let's hear from you.
Well, earlier
He must start with well.
earlier I
Anyways.
made my point, so that people will not get me wrong. I like the way you clarified that. You know, sometimes in this show, when you say something and then
It's hanging.
it's hanging, people just go with that notion that
Of
that's
course.
your final thought. So when I say there's nothing wrong with that,
You have 20 minutes to
first of all,
to
I don't
explain.
think I don't think 5 minutes. I don't think I'll take up to 5
Okay,
minutes.
because you need to let it off your chest.
Yeah.
So people will not be hanging.
You know,
See how
You-
Joyce
you
is
mentioned-
waiting eagerly
yeah, you
to
mentioned.
attack you.
No, we're on the same page.
Okay.
With how we're on this
Just in
set
case, just
today-
put on
today.
the armor of faith, the shield, the breastplate of righteousness. Just wear them all, just in case.
Go ahead, but don't lose guard.
Kajiko,
Yes.
Just go ahead,
Again,
Solo.
but don't lose guard. So, it depends on how the relationship started. You talked about foundation earlier, so that one is key. And I think for today's life, I think we have made more emphasis on this issue of foundation when it comes to relationship, and it's very key. It's not something that people that are watching, people that are listening should play with. You know, you see, foundation, like you said, it's very key. I start with this. How did you even start the relationship before you now agree, both of you, that you are not doing again? Right? That's what will inform you calling one another, checking up, and then helping one another where necessary. Because I know people that help people, they have relationship, and at the end of the day, they feel they cannot settle together. Genuinely, they help them, give them work, and there's nothing that we can give them. There are people, it's rare. It's rare. And you mentioned about people remembering all that took place during the relationship. It's very important too. I'm a strong believer that I kick against when I see, and mostly it happens with women. They are so foolish that they can even brag. That they
Some
can even-
women.
Some. Thank you, sweetheart. They can even brag that, no, we are just friends. After all, I know we parted not on the right foot. Like, seriously? Bragging, no. We parted, even though not on the right foot. Then why the bragging? Hello, sister? Like you'll be looking, and she'll be talking to you with boldness, with like, say, okay, and you're having his contact, and he called you, and foolishly you're opening your mouth, you are laughing, you are even discussing with him the same way you give the energy that you discuss with your boyfriend. Do you understand? Like you are even giving him information that is not even supposed to get because he's an ex, right? You are even telling him your present position in your present relationship. What are you saying? Already you are vulnerable. He listened to her and he said, this girl is still where she is. She hasn't moved on. Already you have told him that in any given time, he can have access.
She's available.
All that he knows is that you can just delay and just brag for some time. That's men. He knows that. He knows that you can just, because after all, he has the key. Because he studied you. He know how he behave. The moment a man start to put certain conversation and he sees you responding almost the same way you do when you are in relationship, he knows that you are still the same person. Yes. He knows you are still the same person. It's just for him to apply the same strategy, the same trick, the same whatever, the same lies, the same
to get you again.
To just get you again. And you start wondering. And I said, see, in this kind of situation, sit down first, ask yourself, why were you in the relationship? Were you deceived? If you establish that, yes, you were deceived, that person, any number you see that resemble his own in your phone, and you know he's not a person that you do normally call him, delete the number, delete that one again.
What if he change?
You see?
What if he's a changed person at the point of calling you back?
You see, what if, so let me just answer this one.
Okay.
You break up with the person that you are with, then you go back to him.
Okay, continue.
Thank you, sir. Because sometimes when they tell you that
Valid points, so you are making valid points. Go ahead.
Sometimes when they tell you their experience on how the relationship went and the reason why they broke up, you will think in your life, even if she's working and she saw somebody that resembled him, she will decide to go back to the room and not even go to work. To that extent, sir.
Okay, let me ask a quick question and then you add up to that.
Okay.
What of an instance where you actually don't want to have anything at all to do with your ex, you as a person, but your family is not making anything easy for you? Probably they have been so entangled with your ex. There's this story of a lady that the person she had previous relationship was very friendly to everybody in the family. Like
But
he would
not
come to the house.
not friendly to her.
No, to her as well.
Okay.
Her and then everyone in the family. With her siblings, with her parents. He can come to the house and he was just so friendly. And then they broke up.
Why?
For a lot of reasons, actually. They broke
Because
up
if
and then
he's that nice,
she got married.
if he's that nice
Yes, they
to
broke
the
up.
family,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
For the reason that they broke up.
They for not
No.
broke up.
They just
They
broke
bro-
up.
they-
It was between the
break
two
up.
of them, right?
They for
Don't
not
mind
broke up.
So
The
they broke
reason
up,
why
let
they
me
broke
complete it. Yes.
Should remain as broken
They
as...
broke up, right? And then both of them moved on and she got married.
Yes.
Then she came back to her family house after a while, only for her to see that he keeps coming to the house. She was there for a few days. And she see that almost all the days she was in the house, he was coming to the house. And she was so uncomfortable with that. And he was still behaving almost the same way he has been behaving as at the time they were still in a relationship. And so she had to
With
approach
her
her parents.
or the parents?
Yes.
Okay.
They were behaving the same way with her siblings and
No,
with her,
okay,
as
okay.
if nothing had happened, like she doesn't have another husband or something. So she had to confide in the parents, why is all this going on? And they said, well, they are used to him already. They cannot throw him out simply because she is now married and she's not together with him. So the question is, what if you don't want to have anything to do with your ex, but your family, they are not making things easy for you?
Quick one, right? She has a new life now.
So should she stop visiting the house because she would always come in contact with him?
What
She
is her
always
business
goes to
with
the
what
house.
is her business with their relationship?
She's not comfortable seeing him.
It's not her
No,
house, it's her
it's not
parents'
her
house.
house.
And
It's
she
her
has
to visit her
He's not
parents.
going to her house. If you are he's visiting the same way you are visiting. You will come and meet.
The
Do
thing
you
is
understand? The thing is, you cannot say the person should not come. There is a relationship established with the parents.
The parents.
And the relationship is continuing, not with you. In your absence, you
But
are
for
not.
every time she's in the house, it keeps reminding her of.
Then she should
Oh,
she
stop
has
going
not
to
you
the
why,
house.
like
has to
Solo
visit
said,
her
No,
parents.
she
like
should
Solo
stop.
She has to
said,
visit
like
her
Solo
family.
said, like Solo said, why didn't she marry him?
If that
You see,
relationship
If
is
that
that
relationship
tight,
was strong, and Siba,
deep
the
with his
husband, I
family
said
like
buy
that.
it on TV.
Yeah.
The husband, is he coming as regular as the ex?
No. They actually live far away, so she comes once in a while. But for every time she's there, she's not comfortable seeing him.
You see, Sample Sloman, from what he said, it's like when you break up with a guy, you should just build a fence, like a very big fence that nothing.
No, that's not
Not
what I
in
said.
his
That's not.
words.
Let me
Okay.
make myself clear. If you are that bitter to say your experience, to cry until some people help you out of depression, and the same time you are coming to rob us the same guy in the name of now you are friends. Come on, there's something wrong.
No,
with
Okay,
no,
this
no.
is my point because
Even,
they are
even that point that you are trying to make in the beginning, that's my opinion.
okay.
Build this fence. They thick one like the walls of Jericho.
All right. So this is my point. As a single lady, you find out singles going into relationship, and then eventually maybe the guy starts seeing another lady, and then I'm not comfortable with that. I talked about it, and then he like
While you are still related.
relating, and then I see that like he keeps seeing this lady, and I decide to end the relationship, and I'm just on my own. The reason why I broke up was because he was seeing another lady.
Did he tell you why he was seeing her?
Eventually, like he's just getting fond of her, and probably they went even into relationship while he's in relationship.
Are you
with me.
are you sure that it was a relationship? The
It
same
might
relationship?
not be. It might not be relationship like a different relationship, romantic or
Did you
emotional.
get uncomfortable with that?
I'm just not comfortable with that.
Did you talk about it?
Yes.
And he was unwilling to change.
Yes,
Okay.
and I decided to quit. And then while I quit, I didn't go into another relationship. I'm just
You
there.
are on sabbatical.
Yes.
Like 2 years later.
Not really 2 years. And him eventually he discovered that what he did was wrong. And he, of course, at that point he's my ex because I broke up with the relationship. And then he realized that no, this is actually what he did was wrong and all of that. He ended that relationship, and he's now coming back. Imagine like building a fence. There are people that were in relationship, they broke up and they came back and they got married. They are together. There are even stories of people that were in relationship, they all got married. Eventually, maybe life happened, they lost their partners and they got married. So, like talking about building fence and not being friends or not even reaching out in that case now where okay he just or probably girl was just flaunting herself around him, but me I'm not comfortable with that. He tried to avoid the girl, but the girl is always like, and I decided since you would not like create that boundary, since you will not stop if you will not allow talk to this girl to stop being, I'm quitting. And eventually he worked on that and he comes back. If I like him and he does like me, our values align, isn't it still okay for us to go back?
Who said?
So why
The fence that you are building is not a fence that the man cannot cross. It's a fence of protection against your own heart. You see, when he was with you, he left you for that other girl. Did you feel broken?
definitely.
That is the fence that you will build, so that you don't have anything to do with that scenario anymore. You don't want to have anything to do with that. Now that he's coming, there are two things involved. What is bringing him?
Yes.
The second one, are there tendencies that if I agree, that might come back and continue? So you will not accept somebody immediately until you answer these two questions are
True.
thoroughly answered.
And again,
That's the
there's an experience I
And my
had.
question
I
has
had
not
a
been answered.
relationship.
My question has not been answered.
Okay, which one?
When family are trying to interfere
Yeah.
with
No, that's
your
not an
relationship.
interference.
It's not even.
It's
What-
not that
what-
what you talked about the other man that was always
family,
coming.
when the family they are not helping in you cutting ties completely, what do you do in such a situation?
see-
that scenario was just to buttress the point, but this is the question itself.
Okay, now the truth is, Jamima, family should not decide for you who you should be with, but family can suggest, family can advise, family can tell you based on their experiences. This person may not have money, but he's a better husband than this other person. It's up to you, but we are just letting you know. We love you as a daughter, and we are telling you that if you marry this person, he has money, but he may not take care of you well, like Solo will. You understand? So, it's dialogue. It's you and your family. If your family wants what's best for you, they should let you go. And you know all this our religiosity that, look, when you enter, you can't come out. No, you can come out. It's scriptural. You can come out. You can come out. If they break your daughter's head, don't go and remove her. But you see, we are not saying that this coming out, we are advising everybody enter to see if it's not right, you come out. No, there are consequences, and the reason why you should go into marriage, like I would always tell people, love is very far away from the reasons. Are you willing to live based on God's marital commitments and vows? For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking
all other.
Are you willing? If you are not, because if you are for richer, for poorer, you will stay. When I know eat 1 week, you will stay. In sickness and in health, if he comes with HIV, you will stay. Yes. Is HIV not a sickness?
Why would you come with HIV? Why? Where are you getting it from?
You see, that is what the Bible says. You don't have to go back and start asking where, how, and when. He has it now. That's the reality. And the Bible says you must not go. But if you are caught in the act of sexual immorality, the Bible says the person can go. And then the Bible says that the person cannot marry, should not remarry. Something like, I can't remember it's Corinthians, 1st or 2nd, I think. So if you want to go and do the study on 1st and 2nd Corinthians, it's written there. But you see, Jemima, family should not come in between you, and except if there is a family issue that will be a distortion to that marriage in future, the family can advise you. But family should stop saying all these things that they say that I'm not happy. You will come and cry later. Oh, that's not an information. You come and see what we are telling you. Oh, that's not an information. You see, in 1942, their grandfather and your grandfather started this, and the fight has lingered. And this boy now is this. You know, he went out with Choma. We heard that Choma was sick. He did this. She died. Now, have you tested this? Open up and discuss. You, the girl, sit down. You, the man, sit down, as the case may be. And the parents sit down. You talk. And don't be in a hurry to defend the other person. Listen. Because your body is jiggly poking so that you can just go and marry. Marriage is not for children.
So what about the story? I'd like to hear your own point on that, Joyce. Should she stop visiting her family? Or she...
Jemima is really serious about this.
No, actually,
it's our house. It's our house.
You know,
Jemima, stop going.
For me, it's not even an issue.
She can't stop him from coming,
Jemima,
right? But because his presence,
it's not about her coming to her father or not. The issue is that what made them not to get married? I think the problem is from her. If the guy will be comfortable coming to the house, the problem is from her. Because if the guy is the problem, he cannot enter their house and be comfortable.
So she should live with it.
Look at it from that angle. I don't think that thing is a problem.
I'm even seeing it that it's not
let him relate.
The person might be listening.
My point is this: I'm married. We're talking about befriending ex. I'm married. I'm with my husband. I come to my house and I see what's my business with his presence in the house?
Point.
I just came to see my parents. I relate with my parents. When it's time for me to go, I go.
Okay.
So his presence there should not be my business. I once had a relationship with you, does not mean I still have a relationship with you. So the whole problem, should we even be having ex?
So what about
why are we even having ex? Why are we even having ex in the first place? It's because the foundation, like Sample Solomon said, is faulty. Just go and like Engineer Tony emphasized, we just go into a relationship. Some people are saying, is this one? You're proudly saying he's my ex. That one is my ex. 10 people, 100 people are your ex, and you're even proud of it. People say it and chest it. I dated him. I dated that. This is something you should be ashamed of. Why did you even go into the relationship in the first place? It means that you didn't even take your time. It means that you were, okay, you talk about manipulation. Some manipulate you into that relationship. But we should not jump into relationship because of societal pressure, because of one reason or the other. See, there is no timeline for nothing. Some of the people that keep telling you that when will we eat your rice? When will we, are they enjoying their marriages? Are their marriages really model for you? So you should not don't allow people pressure you into getting married. Get married for the right reason. Get married because you think that you are already prepared. For some men, they get married because they need a wife, not like they're ready to be husbands. So as a lady, why am I getting married? Am I ready to be a wife? Or I'm just ready to answer Mrs.? As a man, are you getting married because you are ready to be a husband, to be the head of the home, to lead your home? Or you're getting married because you're tired of cooking or eating outside? What are the reasons? So that's why you see people getting married and going back to their exes. Because I'm married, my husband is not giving me money, my husband, a lot of excuses. And then they say, my ex now, he's now a big boy somewhere. And how far now? Kabika Sharini. Or you just forgot about money. And you start begging and all of that. I think that we should set boundaries. If you break up with somebody, recently an ex called me. Like, I even hate that concept of ex. Like, I had a relationship with you and it no longer exists, just be on your own. And while we were talking, like, we're just talking, I said, you don't call. Like, you don't. I said, I should call you for what? Like,
I don't. He's watching.
Yeah, I told him
he's
that.
He's watching.
Yes, he should watch.
Or is it she?
He.
Okay.
And I said, why should I call you? Why should I call you? I can't call you. This is the reason. And I told him, I shouldn't call you. I'm married, so I'm calling you to do what with you?
Oh, he's married?
Yes.
Okay.
I said, why should I call you? So you should create boundary. It might seem like, okay, there's nothing. You ended your relationship because of some incompatibility and all of that. But then, why are you going back? What is the reason for you befriending that person? Is it because you feel there's a gap your husband is not feeling that you want that ex to feel? Is it because you feel there's a gap your wife is not feeling you want that person to feel? Recently, there was a story trending on Facebook of a young guy. His card was out. He was getting married. But he was chatting his ex, telling her how that his wife to be is not good on bed. You are not married yet, but you had sex with your wife and you know she's not good yet. And that chat leaked out like on Facebook, telling his ex how she's so good on bed and he want to continue the relationship, that he was just forced into the relationship. I mean, we should just define, let's know who we are, let's know our stand, let's have values, principles, and that should just guide us.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is just us and our opinion.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you is what you do. In life, if you want to be close to who you stop going out with and you find comfort, you can go ahead and do that, but not at the expense of your relationship, because that person probably might have moved on with another wife or another husband, and then you are here trying to go back to that person, relating with them as though they are single, which is extremely wrong. You might end up losing both worlds. If you lose your husband, the legitimate one, or the wife, the legitimate one, you cannot go back to be a wife to the other person that is your ex who is now married, or the other person that is your female or male ex who is now married. Believe me, nobody wants their marriage to die because of another person. So whatever you are doing, if you cannot openly do it, then it is totally wrong. All we are saying is it totally depends on who you are now with. That is not your ex, the present person. We hope you found solutions to whatever it is you're going through on the show today. And please, you don't have to take what we say as a yardstick for measuring your own relationship. These are our personal opinion. We just feel that is what we should let you know. And we're grateful that you stayed all through the hour. Unfortunately, an hour on Wednesday feels like 30 minutes because we're talking about things that concerns Joyce and co. God bless you. Thank you for watching today's live on Ekwa Television. Thank you, Ekwa Executive, for always keeping us on air. Thank you, Ekwa TV supporters, for making sure that we are always doing this, and we love you and we're praying for you. Thank you so much, every crew member who stayed behind to make this show a success. I can't wait to go to Facebook to see what everybody is saying. Believe me, I can't wait to go there. Yila, we mentioned your name. I'm not saying you should consider Joyce, but if you want to manage a bougie girl, why not? Ladidi,
you think about
stop calling me. I'm married. Have a great day. Bye-bye.